Hey guys, so today I've had obviously the whole of last night and the whole of today to play this. So that is the Nintendo Switch Super Bomberman R game. I obviously said I was going to do my review on this today. I said that yesterday. I did want to give it a proper go before I actually did my review. I didn't want to do what some people are doing, as I've said in my other reviews, and just throwing them out there just to get them out there. So, first of all, the multiplayer. Obviously that's the reason why most people are buying this, because of the multiplayer. I think it's really good. I really enjoyed the multiplayer. The only downside obviously is when I first played the multiplayer, my left Joy-Con was acting up, so it did keep killing the person who had the left control, because when you get the controllers and you play multiplayer in this, you hold them sideways. So obviously recently I haven't had any issues with it, so it's not so bad. Obviously it's pretty reminiscent of the SNES version, so that is, it's got exactly the same kind of gameplay in it. You can choose different levels, you can choose different power-ups, how many times you want to play, and you have up to 8 players on this particular one. So that's quite good. I think that's really good for a party environment, especially if, you know, you've all had a drink as well. It's quite good. I do really like it. Now obviously the main story mode, I've played that today, and that's what I've been playing pretty much most of the time at work today. Yeah, I'm really enjoying the story mode, in the sense of I like the theatrical side of it. I like the way they've been drawn, the way their voices and all stuff like that. It's actually quite good, and I really do think they've kept it they've done it quite well, and they've kept it close to their hearts, which is good, because I was worried that they were gonna, you know, try and do this massive thing with it and it was going to be poo. The only thing I will say is, and I found this personally in the multiplayer as well as the normal mode, the story mode, is basically whenever I'm using the analog stick, my character seems to want to go wherever they want to go. It's not very good with the analog stick, to the point of where in the left hand corner it tells you how many power-ups you've got. So it tells you if you've got any boots for fasteners, extra bombs, extra firepower, and then just next to that it tells you if you've got the power to throw it, kick it, and all that stuff. I genuinely stopped getting the moving fast power-up because it was just, when I was using the analog stick, just because it was just difficult. It was just getting really frustrating, because it wasn't, I was going to go left and it was going down and I was dying. So when I used the normal, obviously analog, so just the left, right, up and down, that worked perfectly, and I was actually able to progress in the game. When it comes to obviously the gameplay, the actual gameplay in the main bit is quite good. Obviously as I said, it's pretty much the SNES game, but kind of made more fandangled. It's basically, you either have to kill a certain amount of enemies, so if there's 8 enemies on the page, kill all 8 enemies. It might be press all the pads, so there's 4 pads, do that, or it might be collect 8 keys and they're inside the little blocks. So they're kind of cute. Obviously they've done quite a few different like enemies, so you've got the typical enemies, you've got the robot enemies, and in different worlds they're different colours, so it goes like red, green, blue and all that stuff. So that's kind of cool. Obviously the planets, because it's basically, there's like 5 planets and you have to save, or there's so many planets you have to save all the planets. It's obviously quite good. I quite enjoyed that. Each Bomberman in this one has different personalities. I believe that was the way anyway, but they never kind of unless it was in a booklet, kind of publicised it. So it's cool, it's kind of good. I have played with quite a few of the characters just to see if there's a different feel to each character. Most of the time, to be honest with you, they're exactly the same in my perspective, apart from obviously the colour that you are and the things that they say. So it might genuinely be that in the game you do something, say you die, the pink one kind of goes, oh, you're a meanie. The white one kind of goes like, oh, this can't be happening. And the black one kind of goes like, oh, I'm too cool for this to happen. So, you know, it's just kind of stuff like that. So I really do enjoy this game. I do definitely think there is room for improvement on it. I said, especially with the controls. They really frustrated me. The bosses are quite nice. They are reminiscent of the old school kind of bosses. So you just have a big map and you've got to hit, he moves like really fast and you've got to hit him once. Or a boss, whatever boss it is, once. And then once you've hit them, they get really angry and then turn into like a big robot, kind of big monster kind of thing. And then you have to hit that multiple times, finding their weak spot. So it is kind of very, very... like very old school like that, so I'm really enjoying it in that sense. I really enjoy obviously the new artwork, which is like this style, but then I do like the way they've shown you like the old kind of ones in here as well. I would definitely say it's worth picking up. I would also say if you are new to Bomberman, stay on easy mode. That is, sounds like, yeah, whatever, but genuinely veteran, there's like easy, veteran and like really hard, I believe. And yeah, the really hard version is ridiculous. It's like you almost need to like work yourself up for it. So yeah, you've got that. And then yeah, so I would definitely say it's worthwhile picking up. It's definitely, I found it quite interesting, quite fun, and it's also quite a nice one as well if you want to chop them, you know, between different games. You know, you've got Zelda Breath of the Wild. Yes, you can spend hours on that, just like we all have been. But you've also, you don't want to be like just with that. That's why I picked up this one as well. I'm a big fan of Bomberman. I've got the Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance games, SNES, anything it's come out on. When it came out on the Xbox 360, I downloaded that. I think I'm pretty sure I 100%ed that as well, just because I was, oh man, loved it. But yeah, so I would definitely give it, see, if I'm honest, I would give it about 7.5 out of 10. And that is genuinely because it does have, you know, its aspects that it needs to basically work on. I'm not going to give over high marks, even though it is a franchise that I love. Yeah, I would definitely say 7.5, because there's obviously work to go with the analog sticks. There's also, you know, extra bits they could have worked on as well, and they could have, I feel like they could have done extra in other ways in it as well. So definitely I'd say 7.5 from me. Worthwhile picking up, especially as you can play 1 to 8 players with it, which is amazing. And I believe you can also, by the looks of it on the back I've just seen, it is compatible with the Pro controller, but it also looks like it's compatible with the Wii U. See that little thing there? To me that just looks like it's compatible with the Wii U board, but I can give that a test and find out another date. But yeah, so obviously let me know what you think of this. Have you played Bomberman? This, obviously the new Bomberman R. Have you played it? Are you going to play it? Maybe you're thinking of getting it. Maybe you've already got it and you've already completed it, or you just love it, or you're not keen on it. Let me know in the comments down below. I reply to all my comments, as you will see throughout my videos. Don't forget to hit the like button as well if you enjoyed this video, as well as obviously consider subscribing as well. And if you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that bell button, because that will remind you every time I put a video up, so you won't miss out. So thanks very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. So bye.